Hey guys, what's up? It is Christian, and that is Corey, and together we are SuperKamiGuru, your anime and manga reviewing enthusiast, and this is our review of Naruto 622. Okay, the beginning of the chapter starts off with Hashirama and Madara talking by the stream where we left off last chapter, and they pretty much end up discovering that they're both ninja, and because of the war going on, we see that they don't want to say what clan they're from, or they call it the surname from the translation that we read. And this is just starting to help build the world, which is this ninja world with all this war going on, and there's no established villages yet. There's just clans.
After the very first meeting between Hashirama and Madara, we go back to see a little bit what's going on with Hashirama's family. We get to see some family members we've never seen before, in particular his father, who basically looks just like him when he's a little bit older. He's even got that badass sort of ninja samurai armor going on. We even get to see that he had another brother we never knew existed by the name of Itama Senju, and he's got a really interesting design. He's kind of a combination of the first and the second. On one half of his hair he's got black, on the other side it's white, kind of right down the middle, so it's really interesting. And we get to see here that they're at some sort of funeral. They're honoring this younger Senju clan member by the name of Kawarama, and he was very, very young and he died in battle, and obviously Hashirama is really upset by this. He's like, why are we even fighting? We're just kids. Why are we being forced to do this? And his dad is immediately like, this seems like great grounds for punching my son in the face. So he immediately hits him, and he looks like he's getting ready to beat him some more. But Hashirama is standing his ground. He's standing up for what he believes in. It isn't until the second Hokage or his brother Tobirama moves in, and he's like, all right, come on, Dad. He's just a little upset. We're just going to take him away and let him cool off. So then we get this other really nice scene between all of the brothers. They're hanging out inside of this cave, basically talking about their ideals of how the ninja world should work. They're like, fuck the adults, we're not going to listen to them, we need to do things our way, we need to form agreements, and we just need to not fight any unnecessary battles. That's what Tobirama wants. But the first Hokage, he has some more idealistic views. He wants to start an alliance, and this is sort of the planting the seed for the Shinobi Alliance that happens in the future.
So next in the chapter we see that the first Hokage and second Hokage's third brother is now dead. Did you follow that? It's confusing, I know. But anyway, he is dead because he ended up fighting the Uchiha, and they messed him up, and it was like 5-on-1 against like a 7-year-old. I wonder who's going to win, you know. And it also is harkening back to, you know, Hashirama saying, like, we're kids. Why are we fighting? We don't need to be fighting. And now another one of his brothers and clan members died. And it was sad, but, you know, I don't really feel that bad. I mean, we didn't even know the character since the beginning of this chapter, but it also shows that, you know, it is a really brutal world and people just die, and it's not like the ninja world we see with Naruto in the current time of this universe. And then lastly, we get the other Madara and Hashirama conversation at the river, and Madara comes up and is kind of, you know, abrasive kind of asshole like he usually is, and just asking Hashirama, what's the problem? What's the problem? Why you look depressed? You know, I haven't even beat you at anything yet. And he tells him his brother died. And we also find out Madara used to have 4 brothers, and it sounded like they were all dead with the translation, but obviously one of them is alive because we've seen Madara train as a teenager with his other brother, and obviously he gets the eyes to get the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, so one brother's still alive. But it also shows, you know, people are losing a lot of family members, and again, the reality of this world is it's very brutal. And that's kind of where the chapter comes to a close, and they kind of talk about how they want to see if people can actually learn to understand each other. And me and Corey were talking about this, and the chapter kind of is a good way to show what an idealist versus a realist is like, and that's kind of what we're seeing happening right here. Yeah, so good chapter. Okay, so what did SuperKamiGuru9000 think of this chapter? I would say that this chapter was enjoyable in the way it fleshed out the world, but I am an action junkie, and I was sad that we had to go through a whole big flashback thing. I would have wanted to see some more fighting or something, you know. I mean, we had this cool Uchiha show up, you know, and we didn't actually get to see them fight. It's all implied, you know, characters are just dead when the heroes show up. And I just like action. So when there's zero action, I get a little disappointed, but the story was good and the world building was needed. And it's interesting to see what Naruto's world was like before the villages formed.
For probably the first time ever in this review, we're probably going to have 2 completely different scores for this chapter, because I do respect your opinion on the chapter. I respectfully disagree, though. I really, really enjoyed this chapter, and that really surprised me because, like you, I'm a huge action junkie. I love nothing more than a Rasengan to the face. But this chapter, for me, like you said, it built the world up a lot. I really loved seeing the world before the villages, before they were formed. It was so dark and gritty and really messed up. The whole thing with Itama Senju, that was the thing I think that really stuck out for me the most. Yeah, he wasn't a character we've never seen before, and we didn't really get a lot of chance to know him before he died. But still, it really shows how dangerous this world was at the time, why Hashirama cared about it so much. And of course, there's the whole thing with Madara and Hashirama right there. It's not the first time in an anime and a manga series that we've seen the whole, can we ever understand each other? Can we stop this war? You know, almost, I'd say 90% of anime use this story arc almost every single time. And we've seen it all the time, and it's, you know, Japan has a big anti-war message all the time, and can you really blame them? But still, I did like the whole realist, idealist thing that was going on at the end with the two. And it just shows that they're going to build a really nice brotherly relationship. I just can't wait to see what it's going to be that's going to tear it apart.
So, okay, I want to give my score. My score is definitely, I give this chapter a 7.5 out of 10. What do you give it, Corey?
I'm going to be a little nicer. I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. I just really love the way we finally got to see some background on a lot of these characters and to really see how dangerous this world used to be and why our main characters are trying their damnedest to try and change it.
Well, there's our review. Finally, a review with 2 different scores. But, you know,
it happens sometimes. Sometimes we plain have to disagree, and this one is a very polarizing chapter. I think a lot of people are either going to love or hate this one.
Well, we'd love to hear what you guys think, so leave your comments down below. And always thumbs up the video if you enjoy it. We enjoy making them, and the thumbs up really help us out, guys. So until next time, SuperKamiGuru9000, out.